Oh. All right.
Any of those things that sort of speaks to you, whatever speaks to you the most. But.
Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready? I didn't want to do it at first. Too much trouble, too much time. Oh no, another production, another big production, you know. And I thought it's going to be a lot of time, and it's going to, you know, waiting around, big production stuff. I decided some years ago that I would politely, you know, decline, and I thought, and what's the part going to be? You know, is it going to be fulfilling the actor, the role of the actor playing the exotic, you know? But this is also an old friend, like a sister, you know, like a relative that you don't give enough credit to because you kind of know them so well that you know, you think, oh, that's my sister. Yeah, it's something, got it, you know. And underestimated the automythography taking place with Ann Dyer. She was in the process of allowing herself to be the voice of the story, of the myth, of Vak. And maybe not a lot of people know this because we couldn't tell in rehearsal or performance. Really couldn't tell, but she would say, you know, on the side that she was nervous and frightened and unsure and all those things, you know. But these were not the typical insecurities of a diva. This was not the jazz diva's insecurities. This was something akin to sweating blood, crying tears of blood, because you knew you were the vocal cords of something, a message. The flamenca, the klezmer. There are many words that describe the shamanist as the messenger. And you don't feel like worthy, you know. And I could understand that. It's something she had to do. There was no choice. And she had to go through it. And once we started, you see, Tim Volpicella wrote the music, with her, but he did so in a way that was very playable, very easy. It wasn't complicated. We could put ourselves into music. It was beautiful and flowed. And of course, John Shiflett, Jason Lewis, they're like one. And they just, and they are very well-versed in allowing the music to play through them, egoless, selfless. So these were incredible musicians. And so Ann, had been about maybe more than 10, 15 years, maybe more, that we had, maybe 1998, since we had played together, since I had worked with her. And then that was in a jazz context. So you see, I was underestimating Vak, the song of becoming, via Ann Dyer. Her story became the Vak story. The Vak story became Ann Dyer's story. And so the auto part of it, the automatic, the self-referencing, not biography, but mythography of the myth, mapping itself out through this person, and then that person taking on 100 different people. And then from there, the audience. This is historical, but this is also, without tense. It's in the present, but it's reflecting, everything. So once we started getting into these rehearsals, took off our socks because we had to took off our shoes. We took off our shoes because we had to enter these dance floors or these, movement. And I started playing and slipping around the floor. And that's how this trickster, disruptor came about. Started improvising, playing, and slipping around, and then things happened organically, and Ann was not a dictator at all about it. So we all learned and we grew. She's the one who had to sweat the blood. Once it's over, you're extinguished. In some way, you've experienced extinguishment. And so I think that's where to be. That's where to get to, because then you can become the sound, and then your mind is liberated. And the mind and the spirit and the heart are all the same thing. They're all one. What? I think we're done.